This is the Khoodeelaar television channel, broadcasting on the internet, only on the internet, not on satellite, not on terrestrial, not on cable platforms. This is the Khoodeelaar television channel. Broadcasting time is at 20 hours GMT on Monday, the 1st of September 2025. Today's international edition of the New York Times carries a long piece, Trump's Nobel Quest Unravels India Ties. And these are the people who have allegedly written this article for the New York Times. What are they? These are Mujib Masood Mashal and Anupreeta Das, reporter from New Delhi, and Tyler Pager from Washington. Now, this piece is an absolute idiotic, corrupt, stupid, in denial piece. It is supposed to be exposing Trump's problems with India, etc., etc. But it really bypasses the real issues that it only barely, pathetically mentions in one sentence the issue between Pakistan and India. Now, this is typical Western journalism. There is no investigation there at all. The investigation is marred by the corruption of the whole idea of this piece. That piece is, I'm just trying to get a closer, brighter access to the item in the International Herald Tribune. Used to be International Herald Tribune. This is the piece on page 7. Is it page 7? Is page 5 continued from page 1? And the last, well, the penultimate paragraph in the piece, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 columns long. The penultimate paragraph says, now Mr. Modi, in public at least, appears to be moving on from talk of trade negotiations. Instead, he is talking about self-reliance and reviving his decade-old Make in India campaign as he continues to play to his home base. And during this week's trip to China, Mr. Modi is first in 7 years. He is expected to have a receptive audience for stronger and expanded ties with Beijing and Moscow. Now, this is about dedicated to a promotion of Narendra Modi. It's not an objective piece whatsoever by any means, and it doesn't actually discuss anything truthfully, neither Trump's tariffs nor anything else that Trump has been found to be at fault on. And this is the thing that defeats the purpose of the claim that there is a free press. This is abusive press. Even the New York Times can get this wrong, so wrong. There is no hope at all in the USA because the rest of the papers, unlike the New York Times, are absolutely more corrupt and stupid and reactionary than the New York Times. They talk about Trump's achievement of Pakistan's proposal for Trump to be given the Nobel Prize. Now, this is something that is unheard of. It has never been actually part of the negotiations between any two countries that one country or its token symbol would get the nomination for Nobel Prize from the other about over the negotiations between the two countries. Nothing to do with the Nobel Prize at all. And anyway, Trump is desperate for a Nobel Prize. And going by the evidence of so many Nobel Prizes being given to so many criminals for peace, I would not be surprised if Donald Trump actually does get given a Nobel Prize despite all this stuff that he has been doing wrong. And the 32 convictions for felony. The fact that the Daily Mail on Monday, the 1st of September 2025, has shifted the gear back to the conservatives and relying on the speculation of the conservatives about why Angela Rayner is in the sleaze row or sleaze revelations. That shows that the Daily Mail has got no solid foundation for factually basing its so-called reports about Angela Rayner abusing any of the stuff that they have been claiming she has been abusing over housing. But the fact remains that there should have been investigating the housing crisis both under the Tory regimes and under the Labour regime, and also the housing corruption and calamities that actually affect the local councils across England. But they're not doing that. For example, even in Croydon, which is more corrupt now, can you believe that? Croydon Council is more corrupt now than it was under the corrupt regime of the Labour crooks. And this is more corrupt even after the Lib Dems were given the elected mayor post based on the evidence of the disgusting corruption that the Labour Party controlled council had indulged in over many years. So Croydon is in debt, and the contextual reference that they should have been making in the newspapers about Croydon's being in debt, and that most of the local councils are in debt. Why is that? And what it is worth? How much is it worth? It's billions of pounds worth of debt actually impacting the various basic services and accountability owed by the local council to the local communities. It is that gap of accountability that the Daily Telegraph and the Daily Mail should have been focusing on instead of Angela Rayner's personal adventures and stupidity.